This man saved $1,000 every single day. For 35 straight years, he never missed a day. Yet strangely, he lived like a homeless person. He combed his hair with an old toothbrush. The mirror in front of him was actually pieced together from discarded nail clippers. Even more puzzling, every day he would hang plastic water bottles in midair, carefully prick 3 small holes in each bottle bottom with a needle, and then use the water that sprayed out to take a shower. A shockingly wasteful use of water. After grooming, he put on a tank top and headphones and began his morning workout. But he didn't go to a park. Instead, he exercised in a narrow, eerily cramped stairwell lined with snacks and drinks. After his workout, he took off his headphones and knelt solemnly to pray. But the object of his prayers was just an ordinary little red backpack. Andy treated it with extreme seriousness, not daring to show the slightest disrespect. It was only because of this backpack, which refreshed itself daily, that he had managed to survive in this endless stairwell for 35 years. Carefully, Andy held the backpack in his arms, unzipped it, and took out boxes of juice which he placed neatly against the wall. Then he pulled out a stack of US dollars and casually added it to the pile of cash that had already grown into a small mountain. Finally, he organized the remaining items inside the backpack, sorting each one properly. Then he relaxed, munching on an apple. The old man living upstairs was the complete opposite of Andy. Also trapped for 35 years, Daniel, a police officer, had become withered and broken. He spent his days curled up in piles of garbage, eating instant noodles. He could no longer even stand, and had to crawl to move between floors. His level was filled with heaps of trash and reeked of a pungent odor, but none of that bothered him. After all, everything here reset itself daily. No matter how much he wasted, supplies never ran out. He had long since lost all hope. 35 years ago, while on duty, Daniel had accidentally killed Andy's brother. But in this endless, looping stairwell with no way out, the two had long since let go of their hatred. Andy even helped Daniel with his daily needs. They prayed together before John's body. Daniel had become somewhat senile, but he still remembered having a wife and daughter, and something else important he wanted to tell Andy, but he just couldn't recall what it was. One day, Daniel suddenly clutched his head and screamed in agony. The expression on his face was one of extreme pain. He had finally remembered. He was not actually a police officer, but a little boy trapped on a highway for 35 years. The playing cards that had appeared earlier were traces from a previous layer of this reality. On his way back, Daniel indeed found a brand new police car, so he decided to escape this monotonous life. He packed his bags, set his tent on fire, took his hamster, and got into the police car. But the moment he opened the car door, he lost all his memories. He flipped open a red notebook in the car, which stated that he was a police officer with a wife and kids. Andy wanted to ask him about all this, but before he could even speak, Daniel stopped breathing. Daniel's death sent Andy into unprecedented anxiety and panic. He repeatedly ran up and down the stairwell, trying to calm his restless mind, but it was useless. In just a week, his mental state began to collapse. The narrow, oppressive environment and the gnawing loneliness made him irritable and angry. The once tidy hallway became messy and chaotic under his rage. In utter despair, he pulled out the pistol he had kept sealed away for 35 years. But no matter how hard he tried, the trigger, long since rusted shut, wouldn't budge. After 35 years, the gun had become completely useless. In that moment, the man fully realized he was still trapped forever in this infinitely looping stairwell, with no way out. A man threw a set of keys down the stairs, but the next second, those keys fell from right above their heads. This